Today, we'll be taking a look at the 12 most expensive games on the PS2. This list is in order of the average complete in the box price, and you won't believe how much these games cost. First up on the list is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which you can buy complete in the box for about $185, or if you only want the disc, it'll be about $140. The Dragon Ball franchise is hugely popular, expanding from manga to TV shows to movies to video games. There is plenty of content out there. So what makes Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 so pricey? Well, with the Dragon Ball franchise already being so popular and the game being one of the top selling games in the franchise with almost 4 million sales, it's not hard to see why. It's the most common reason why the price of older games skyrocket. It doesn't get made anymore, which means there's a limited amount of them, also meaning there are an even more limited amount of new and sealed copies of the game, which makes them much more enticing for collectors, selling on average for $600. Dot Hack Quarantine is the fourth and final part to a sub-series of Dot Hack games, which are based off of a popular anime, and it sells for around $250 complete in the box, or $160 for just the disc. Due to it being the fourth part of a series, it wasn't that popular at the time, meaning there are less copies, making it more rare. It was also most popular in Japan, so a North American copy of the game is even more rare, which makes it harder for collectors to complete the whole set. Plus, it came with a bonus DVD, which makes it even more collectible. A sealed copy of this game will cost you around $350. Bully is a classic Rockstar game and a very popular one at the time, causing it to sell over 1.5 million copies. When the game was still being sold new, you could also buy the Special Edition. The Special Edition came in a cool box designed like a high school locker. It of course came with a copy of Bully, but it also came with some stickers, some comics, and even a Bully branded dodgeball. At the time, it only cost $10 more in the base game, but now, due to its rarity, it'll cost you $300. And for the collectors looking for a sealed copy, it'll be $600. Obscure is a not very well-known horror game for the PlayStation 2. Due to its average reviews, not that many copies were sold, leading it to fall into obscurity. However, today it sells for $300 in the box, and even $135 for just the disc. It's not certain why this game sells for so much. The leading theory is that after Obscure was released on Steam, it caused a sudden interest in the original physical copies of the game. And of course, due to its rarity, the price quickly raised to $580 for a sealed copy. Futurama is a classic adult cartoon, and like many popular shows, it got adapted into a video game. However, the game mostly received below average reviews, causing the game to stop being made, which of course means minimal copies, which of course means it's rare. That and the popularity of Futurama made people up the price of the game. If you want your own copy to play, you need $200 for just the disc, or $325 for a complete in the box. If you're looking for a sealed copy for your collection, you need $700. Blood Will Tell is a game based on the Dororo manga series, and it costs $190 for the disc and $350 complete in the box. At the time of release, it was overshadowed by bigger games. It received average reviews and was mostly forgotten about, but as time went on, more people became fans of Osamu Tezuka, the creator of the Dororo manga, and his work. Because of this, Blood Will Tell slowly became a cult classic and people wanted a copy, thus raising the demand and raising the price. This game comes in at the cheaper side for sealed copies, only costing $590 for a new copy. Haunting Ground is another horror game made by Capcom. It received poor reviews, causing there to be not many copies of the game, but it's said to have defined the genre's future for games like Resident Evil. Due to the continual success of Resident Evil and gamers' love for Capcom, it makes sense that Haunting Ground eventually picked up traction and its price swiftly shot up to $370 in the box and even $275 for just the disc. If you're looking for a new copy, be ready to pay $525. Silent Hill Shattered Memories is one of the least popular of the series on the PS2, but it still costs $380 new in the box and $250 for the disc. So why is the least popular game so popular now? Well, simply put, Silent Hill is one of the most famous series to come out of the PS2, and that means people want to collect any memorabilia representing the series. The high price point for Shattered Memories is due to less copies being made than other Silent Hill games. A new, sealed copy of the game goes for around $560. God of War 2 itself is nothing special, selling for only $40 new. The value here comes from a limited press kit, making it a collector's dream. Coming in a large box, it features beautiful artwork inside and out. It has a pamphlet featuring screenshots and description of the game. It has a keychain and a promotional disc that contains an inside look at the game. It was meant for promotion only, so a copy of the game does not come with it, but it still sells for $400. I was unable to find proof, but reportedly it sells for almost $1,000 brand new. Xenosaga 3 is the last game of the series, but it's also considered to be the best game in the series. The first two games received mixed reviews. Because of this, Namco projected fewer sales for the third game and printed fewer copies. However, to their surprise, it blew up in popularity. Among the already limited copies of the game, there was also an exclusive Best Buy edition featuring a lenticular cover. That's just a fancy way of saying it's one of those pictures that changes depending on the angle you look at it. The original version is still pricey at around $220, but the lenticular version comes in at $450 and even $175 for just the box. Sealed copies go for $580. Rule of Rose was a very controversial game when it was released. It dwelled on the topic of child abuse, which prompted the EU to ban sales of the game. When this game was released, the PlayStation 3 was already out, so a lot of people in the US had already moved on from the PlayStation 2 and had no interest in new games for it, which of course made it unpopular and poorly received, leading to minimal copies being made, thus making it very rare. Due to its rarity, it goes for a whopping $650 complete in the box, and $440 for just the disc. If you manage to find a sealed copy for sale, get ready to pay nearly $1,000. Finally, number 1, the most expensive game for the PlayStation 2, Kwan. Kwan is a Japanese survival horror game, and when it was released in 2004, it gained basically no traction. It received bad ratings due to the bad gameplay, and production quickly stopped. Most of the remaining copies ended up in discount bins and forgotten about. Then, Dark Souls came along. Dark Souls' popularity brought the developer From Software into the spotlight. Of course, as usual, this sparked interest in the team's earlier games, including a little game called Kwan. As popularity for Dark Souls grew, so did the interest in Kwan. The demand was high and the supply was low, causing the game to rise to the insane price of $925 complete in the box, and $515 for just the disc. It also takes the cake for the most expensive sealed price, selling on average for $1,250. I would highly suggest checking your old PS2 collection before your mom puts any of these games on sale for $5 on Facebook Marketplace. The video is over now. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about the absurd prices of retro games. If you want to see more videos like this and other fun PS2 content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. This was a much different video to what I've made in the past, so I would appreciate any feedback you're willing to give. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.